Welcome back. This is Colin Brown with Learn Payload with Colin. And today is our second video out of our goal of doing 100 videos. So my first 100 videos are just me doing very quickly, learning Payload, all the different little components and features, and then we'll see what happens. So I hope to build a pretty comprehensive product, probably some kind of SaaS based or but we'll see. And where we left off on video 1 was we installed Payload. We added a user, our first admin user. We connected to a database, and let's see, what do we have? We have our collections. We have a media collection and a users collection. And I think, we checked out like the sample route that they gave us that shows us the JSON of our first user. And so if you want to see that process, just go to video 1 or 1 of 100. But today, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to show how the media collection works. And so if you open up Payload config, this is kind of where everything happens. Collections are database objects, models that you tie in with this config file. We have our Postgres adapter, and where's here we go, collections. So this config file is basically everything that drives everything you need to drive the entire backend. Collections here is what you see in the admin panel. So if you create new collections, you can put them in this array here, and then they'll show up in the admin panel. Let's go check that out one more time. Oh, did I turn off? Am I not running this server? Yeah, I'm not running the server. Okay, we're using PNPM. And just make a note of the fact that I'm hard coding the port to be 3333 because I have other projects running on 3000. So I'm doing that in case you noticed. There we go. So reminder, we do not have a front end yet. We chose the blank template when we installed Payload. But we will go through and create our first front end layout. But first, I want to show you the admin panel again. Gotta log in. Let me see if I can remember what I had. And let's see, password. Shoot. I don't remember what I did. Let's go into the database. Let's see, Postgres. Going into the database here in just a moment. this work? All right. We are going to here we go. Okay, so here's the Postgres database. And yes, that is my email. So I'm going to use forget password. We don't have an email adapter, so I think what this will do is just log to the terminal. Yeah, here we go. Although it didn't give me the body of the email. Okay. I was hoping it would give me the text of the email down here so that I can have the reset link. So that's not going to work. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to set up our email. So yeah, we're going to have to set up our email so that I can get a reset password email back. So it shouldn't be too difficult. So let's take a look at Payload, CMS. We go to Docs, then email. Where's email? Did I pass it? Email. Okay, we're going to keep this simple. They have a couple options for sending email. I'm just going to stick with SMTP because I use a service called Mailtrap that uses fake emails, a fake inbox, so that I can send emails to any email address and not worry about it actually going to anybody. So we're going to use the email payload node mailer. And so we'll just add this. Oh, wrong one. Okay. We did that. Then we're going to add this. Of course, we're going to need to set up our env variables. But actually, let's use this version. Let's use this version here. This is a little bit cleaner. So go into here. And what I'm going to do, if you look at their example, they add the config right in their the email adapter right within the same config, the main config file. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a separate file so that I don't like fill up my config file with a bunch of configuration. So here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create another folder in here, and we'll call it adapters. So let's see, we'll adapters email.ts, and then we just paste that right in there. We're going to get rid of this, and this, and we're gonna export const email adapter equals there. And we can change this to our own email. And call this learn, oops. Learn payload. Okay. So now we just need to set up our SMTP variables. And we do that with, I use a service called Mailtrap. So we're going to go over to Mailtrap. I'm already logged in. It's a free account. You can just do that. And then you just go into your inbox, email testing, development. And you can see here we have settings here. So we have username. Let's see, we want to open up our .env file. Oops, that's not what I wanted. There we go. We want, we'll call it mail host. Oh, that's probably wrong, but I'll get it here in a second. I think this is correct. I think that's not correct, but mail pass. And port. What else do we need? Oh, we need the host. This is what we want. Okay, so we have those. Now if we go back to here, call this something else here. Mail. And this is actually process.env.mail port. All right, I think this should work for email. Of course, I'm going to be changing my credentials here, but let's see, let's go back to the browser. We need to log in again, or start up the server. Now, we're going to try to reset our password again. Come on. There we go. And we do colin@example.com. This is what's really cool about having a service like Mailtrap. You can put any email address you want. You can put google.com or whatever, and you don't have to worry about it ever being sent out into the real world. So it gets trapped by the fake inbox. So submit that. Hopefully, all right, that looks like it worked. This is just an old error, I think. All right, so now we can go back to mail trap, and this should, I'm not sure why it didn't get sent. Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot to add the adapter file to the config to the main config. So let's do that. All right. So here we're going to do it right here. We'll say email and then email adapter. Why didn't that, here we go. There we go. That should work. All right, that should work. Let's try it one more time. Okay, email sent. And is it going to show up? Why isn't it showing up? Shoot. Maybe I need to restart my server. Okay. All right, I bet it worked this time because I don't see it being logged here. So let's go back to mail trap. There we go. I just had to restart the server. Okay, so now we have this link with a reset token. I'm just going to copy it. I'm not sure what browser it's going to open up in. So we'll just go over here, paste that in. Oh, why did it do that? Jeez. Why does it do that? Oh, seriously? Oh my gosh. Okay, new password. 1234. 1234. All right, now we're back. All right. So we have our we got email installed, and we have our two collections that we saw within the config file. That would be here. Our two collections are right here, users and media. And there they are, users and media. And you can see here's our user. And media. We don't have anything uploaded yet. I'm not going to go into that just yet. But I do want to create a really quick sample collection, just so you can see how easily you can add new collections of any kind of like object you can think of. So for me, that would probably be like we'll just create one. So if you go into collections and take a look at the users, it's a pretty simple config. You set up your what the URL will be, slug in the URL, some admin information that you, as an admin, you can control, like what shows up in the list. And auth, I guess for this users, it means this is an I guess an authenticated collection, but we'll go into more of that later. And then fields, you can add more fields to the user collection, but by default you get email. I don't believe, yeah, there isn't a name or anything like that. yeah, it's just email. So if you create a new user, yeah, it's just, I don't know why it's giving me that error. I've seen that frequently. It seems harmless, doesn't seem to be doing anything negative to the UI or to the functionality. So I'm going to ignore that. So let's create a new collection, and we're going to call it. Let's try. Let's try. Let's see. Products. We'll just do products. And we're gonna go up here. We're just gonna copy all of this. Okay, and call this products. Products. And title. Oops. Now we'll use name. We don't need auth. Okay, so fields. So let's take a look at the documentation on how to set up a field. So we go here, fields, and what do we want? We want a text field. We don't need rich text just for the name. So we just want the text field. Text field is one of the most commonly used fields. It saves a string to the database and provides the admin panel with a simple text input. Okay. Let's see here, admin example. Okay, so fields, page title, name, type, required. Yes, it would be required. So let's do that. Name. Oh, here we go. And yeah, we'll do price. Okay. And once I save this, once I save it, behind the scenes, what Payload is doing is recreating the payload types that you see on the file here. It's regenerating that, I assume, and then it's going to update the UI in the admin panel to now include products as your. Or no, sorry, I haven't added it to the config yet. That's going to be a pattern here, I think, for me. All right, so we're going to put products first, I think. All right, so that auto imported. You can see here, imported from there. And now I'm going to save this. Okay, it's saved. Now, if I go back over to the UI, you should see the products collection if I did everything correct. And let's check the terminal here. Yeah, you can see it's updating the database. And let's go to here. Go back to the home page. There we are, products. Create a new product, and there's our name field and price. So price, let's call it, I don't know, iPhone.